Minneapolis prosecutors feeling the pressure.
There's a whole lot of terrorization that's happening on our streets right now.
Latest on the criminal investigation against ICE. An inside look at the newest health report.
We are making real progress.
What people can expect in 2026. And discovering hidden talent.
Thank you very much for this program.
How a program is tapping into people with disabilities and our artists. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez.
And I'm Valeria de Sosa. Today is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Tensions rising as the Cuban community reacts to President Trump and his push for U.S. intervention. After the U.S. captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and flew him to New York City to face charges, President Trump is turning his attention to Venezuela's ally, Cuba, saying Cuba is on the list of countries for U.S. intervention, and now tensions are rising.
That's right, and our D.C. Bureau reporter Carolina Alvarez is live with more on the situation. Good morning, Carolina.
Good morning, Jose Carlos and Valeria. This past week has been filled with mixed emotions for Cubans in Florida after the capture of Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, and talks of a U.S. intervention on their island nation. President Trump says Cuba is a failed nation and compares it to Venezuela. Meanwhile, in Miami, the mood is charged, many exiles believing that U.S. intervention is a step closer to freedom.
I have great hopes because of our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Not only because he is Cuban, but because he knows the reality on the island.
But it's not all celebration for Cubans, after Trump shared on Truth Social that things will soon change now that Venezuela, one of Cuba's oil providers, is on his hands. The post read, "There will be no more oil or money going to Cuba. Zero. I strongly suggest they make a deal before it's too late." Mexico will still provide Cuba with oil as humanitarian aid to avoid a complete collapse.
I see the situation in Cuba like a double-edged sword, because stopping the oil from Venezuela, it's going to make the situation worse than it is now. My biggest wish is for things to get better for the people still there.
Trump declared that his plan right now is to help Cuban Americans. On the other hand, Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel wrote on X over the weekend that no one tells Cuba what to do. The future of the island remains uncertain, but President Trump has gone as far as to endorse Marco Rubio as the next president of Cuba, but none of the United States' plans are set in stone. Reporting live from the White House, I'm Carolina Alvarez, Caplin News.
The British Broadcasting Corporation will ask for the dismissal of Trump's defamation lawsuit. The $10 billion lawsuit that was filed last month by the president centers on a documentary by the BBC, which had edited clips of his January 6th speech. The BBC argues that the documentary was not produced nor aired in Florida and was not aired with malice. Therefore, the state court has no jurisdiction.
The Justice Department believes that there is not enough evidence to warrant a criminal investigation of the ICE officer who fatally shot Rene Good in Minneapolis. The announcement comes from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche yesterday. A source says that the prosecutors have instead ordered to investigate the actions of Good, her widow, and others involved in the ICE protests in Minneapolis. The mayor, Jacob Frey, believed that the actions of ICE in these investigations stem from the city being a blue state.
Well, we know the truth. This is not about safety. This is not about decreasing crime. It's certainly not about fraud, given that all the people investigating the fraud have now left. And it's not even about immigration. This is about going to a blue state with a blue mayor.
Previously, the department has launched investigations into law enforcement-related shootings to ensure officers did not breach the rights of the victims, even if it did not result in charges.
As the Justice Department continues to process the Epstein files, they are now pleading with hundreds of lawyers to work faster in reviewing them. The plea comes from a DOJ email in which the head of the department's criminal division asked his team to speed up the pace to 1,000 pages a day. The DOJ is also making redactions to the documents as it continues to make the files public.
A growing number of people are seeking dual citizenship, whether it be easier for travels, working abroad, or reconnecting with their family. But it's getting harder to get that second passport. CNN Ivan Rodriguez has the details.
Dual citizenship is the ability to be a citizen of 2 or more countries. Most people qualify through one of 3 routes: descent, investment, or naturalization. Experts tell me getting a second passport comes with lots of upsides and little to no downsides. For as long as migration has existed, many immigrants who naturalize in a new country have wanted to retain their citizenship of origin. In recent decades, the wealthy have also embraced dual citizenship as a way to expand global mobility.
What we've seen over the last probably 4 or 5 years especially is a significant increase in demand from more developed nations. So the US is the clear sort of leader in that regard.
Dominic Volek is group head of private clients for Henley & Partners, which assists high net worth individuals in attaining dual citizenship around the globe. Last year, they assisted clients of 91 nationalities, but Americans were top of the list. A November Gallup poll found that 1 in 5 Americans would like to emigrate, including 40% of women aged 15 to 44, a 400% increase on a similar poll taken in 2014.
We had a few, interesting political cycles, and so both sides of the political spectrum had concerns on the other and vice versa, and so they were looking to build in that optionality.
Professor Peter Spiro with Temple University says, in a way, gaining dual citizenship can serve as an insurance policy.
Even if you're never going to use it, just knowing that you've got that other passport in the drawer results in a kind of peace of mind.
And other than application fees, experts say there's little downside to obtaining dual citizenship, especially if it's through descent.
Most countries, there are very few obligations of citizenship that apply if you're living outside of the country.
Several countries, notably in Europe, tightened their criteria for citizenship last year. Italy issued an emergency decree limiting citizenship by descent to 2 generations, requiring the most recent ancestor in the line to have been born in Italy and to have died exclusively as an Italian citizen. Several judges have already referred the law to Italy's Constitutional Court, which has a scheduled hearing for March. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Health is something that many Americans take very seriously, and a new report published by a leading American health organization released its estimates for cancer rates this year. CNN's Mandy Gaither has more.
First, the good news. In a new annual report, the American Cancer Society says cancer deaths continue to decline in the U.S., largely due to less smoking, earlier detection of cancers, and improved treatments.
We've made more progress in the treatment of metastatic cancer in the last 20 years than we did in the history of mankind before then. So we are making real progress.
But there's bad news, too. In 2026, the organization projects more than 2.1 million new cancer cases in the U.S., along with more than 626,000 cancer deaths. Lung cancer remains the leading cause of those deaths, killing more people than colorectal and pancreatic cancers combined. Those are the next 2 deadliest cancers.
We've seen a 5-time improvement in overall survival for metastatic lung cancer patients, but it's only at 10%. So while there's been great improvement there, there's still a long way to go.
Disparities also remain. Alaska Natives and Native Americans had the highest cancer death rates. The organization says that's largely driven by lack of access to care, as well as environment and lifestyle. Black women are also less likely to survive breast cancer and are more likely to be diagnosed at a later stage and have poorer outcomes for endometrial and uterine cancers. The U.S. continues to see rates climb for men with advanced prostate cancer, and black men are more likely to be diagnosed and die from that disease.
There's still a lot of work to be done.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Valeria, the Miami Heat battling to the final buzzer at the Casella Center last night.
That's right. It was a good game yesterday, and that's still ahead, and so is the story.
This program is beautiful. The people are beautiful.
An art program that helps disabled people unlock their hidden talents. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
An unexpected discovery through the power of art. And our program in Michigan is helping people with disabilities discover something new about it.
That's right, and it's made possible thanks to a nonprofit organization. XYZ's Jeffrey Lindblom shows us how creativity is opening doors one brushstroke at a time.
All smiles for Michelle Acevedo. 11 years doing a job that she describes as magical.
I should have found this work sooner.
Her work, like a canvas, painting creative pathways for people with varying disabilities, and little by little chipping away at personal challenges, making what may feel impossible possible.
I think you can paint. Everybody can pick up a brush and everybody can paint something.
Keeps my mind going.
Dominic Frenny likes to paint.
Little like that.
For the past few months, he's been armed with brushes, beads, or buttons, painting lush landscapes amongst friends and family.
Being around everybody and the teachers and stuff.
This program is beautiful. The people are beautiful.
Friends like Emily Meredith, whose number painting colorful patterns on a lion. And look at this lion.
People who have disabilities or have different ways of doing things, and now it's like my world has opened up a lot more compared to the shell that I once had.
They even have this camera to share with others who aren't able to make it into the room.
Everyone in here really supports everyone else.
And I love seeing them and seeing them happy. And they, in return, love seeing me.
It inspires me a lot.
Like all of a sudden you might have somebody that's nonverbal just start talking to people out of the blue.
This right here, the product of what we've made. Go ahead.
It's miraculous, some of the things that happen here.
Together.
Nice. Hi, Channel 7. Hey. None of us are robots, but they wouldn't be as much fun, would they?
This is just one of many initiatives the nonprofit has been pursuing for the past 60 years, helping those with mental or physical barriers to find work. In fact, everything that you're seeing being made is lining these shelves and going on display for purchase.
It's like the best thing ever is to see their smiles when they're holding up their checks, especially the first check that they get.
Thank you very much for this program, and it might even inspire other people to start programs all across America.
And I love these folks like their family.
Reporting in Brighton, I'm Jeffrey Lindblom for 7 News Detroit.
It was a hard-fought game between the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns last night here in Miami. The Heat struck first blood and kept a safe lead for the most of the game until the Suns climbed up the scoreboard to tie the game at the start of the fourth quarter. The Suns kept the lead until less than 2 minutes to go. Miami came back with Bam Adebayo with a three-pointer. The victory was sealed. The final score was Suns 121, Heat 127. The Heat will stay home to face Boston Celtics tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. on FIU Takeover Night. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
The Heat leading Suns 127 to 121, putting an end to it.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Valeria de Sosa.
And I'm Jose Carlos Rodriguez. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.